playlist was back.
Nigga, I didn't die yesterday, nigga.
It is. Who won last week?
Shit, I don't know. I ain't even telling.
It was kind of close though.
But they admitted to me last night that it was both of them admitted that it was me.
It was you.
Yeah, it was clear.
You was getting them votes. Really? It was between you and Reese for sure.
But it was me. Though.
Appreciate that.
Between you and Reese for sure.
I'm consistent though, man. I keep telling niggas that.
We gonna talk about it when we get to the AKs. We gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
I got a new AK for Reese tonight, so we gonna go. We gonna
New AK.
Listen, before we get started, we recording?
Yeah, we
Black man, take care of your fucking health.
Oh,
Listen,
for sure.
Listen, I had a fucking gallbladder attack yesterday, my nigga.
Ooh. Was this like self-diagnosed or how you let it?
Because I know the symptoms, because I done had like 3 in the past 3 years, or like past 3 years, maybe 3 of them. Nigga, I had one yesterday. I thought I was gonna die, bro.
Wow.
Get yourself checked out, man.
Before or after you was outside? Cause I seen you last night.
Right.
Yeah, it was during the day.
At 10:30, 11 o'clock.
I know. So a gallbladder attack lasts for 5 hours, my nigga. Right?
Jesus.
You're in like excruciating pain for like 5 hours, nigga. And that shit started about 1 p.m. And I wasn't better till like 7 p.m., nigga. When I tell y'all niggas I was in, like, it feel like Mike Tyson is punching you in your fucking stomach, nigga. Wow. Like 1,000 times, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's that much pain. If anybody ever had that experience, they can tell you, bro, make sure your health is all right, man. Like, I'm happy to see y'all niggas back in the gym. I'm back.
I give it a listen. I
was fucked up yesterday, bro.
I've never, in my 41 years of living, like, I haven't had any health scare yet. You know what I mean? And not saying that I'm anticipating one, but just knowing, the people that we've lost, or the people that's went through health complications, even before, they've reached the age that I'm at, like it's a blessing. So, I mean, and as bad as shape that I think that I'm in, as bad as shape that I think that I'm in, or my health, it's like, to see other people going through some shit, you're like, damn, like, yeah. That's a sign as well, to make sure you get on your shit, but it's also a thankful moment to be like, damn, like, thank God I ain't had to really go through no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely gotta get on your shit, man. Honestly, bro, I like for real, I went to the doctor, had a couple health scares, and then I got challenged. Like, somebody was like, they really was like, look, like, you gotta get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck everything else. Fuck me. Fuck your friends. They like, you be worried about everybody but you. Like, like, you gotta take some time for yourself and get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? And so when the conversation was first presented to me, you know what I'm saying? I was in my feelings about it. I ain't gonna front. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Fucking
natural. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
look good. I feel like I'm in pseudo shape.
Yeah, but it's just like, look, like, I'm get the rounds on out of here. You deserve rounds.
Nah, we judge.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
damn,
fuck that. Because I was in my feelings because I took the conversation. I took what was going on, as an antagonist, as like, oh, you got a problem with me, but it's just like, I got a problem with you because you not taking care of you. Like, so it's just like, nigga, if you not taking care of you, how you going to do anything for anybody else? You feel what I'm saying?
Like, you got to prioritize yourself first.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so, so with that being said, it's definitely important.
Yeah, and with that being said, I want to send a big happy birthday to my granny, 86 years old today.
It's a blessing.
Happy birthday, Auntie.
Incredible. My last living grandparent. I don't know what I would do. Selfishly, I wanted her to be here forever.
She older than Grandmommy?
Grandmommy passed away at, I want to say 80, maybe 88, maybe.
Maybe 80? I thought it was 84, maybe.
I know it was 80s.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The women in our family, man, they
longevity.
They live, yeah. You know what I mean? A lot longer than the men.
Imagine like having your mom Dukes in your 60s still. That's what the generation before us had. You know what I mean? Like they had grandmommy until they was in their 60s.
Yeah. So it's a blessing. Again, happy birthday to my granny, man. 86 years old today. It's a beautiful thing. still in her right mind, still can get busy in the kitchen. You know what I mean? She can
Still
walk,
check
you
you.
know what I mean? Yeah, all that. You know what I mean? So
That's a blessing because watching my mom is deteriorating so fast, bro, and it's scary. And she's not in her right mind anymore. You know what I'm saying? And me and my sister just prepared her. You know what I'm saying? To be honest. So yeah, man, seeing my mom deteriorate so fast is a check for me. Like,
Absolutely.
all right, nigga, like you got grandkids now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's signs, man. Like a lot of the times, you know, whoever you believe in, whatever higher power, like they're gonna send you them signs, man. It's just a matter of if you take heed to them, if you pick up on them.
No, I do think that our generation is more apt to pay attention to those signs, unlike the generation before us. Our parents, they just be like, "I'm stuck in my ways. I'm gonna eat cake until I'm not out of here."
Because that's how my granny is like that. Just turned 86 today.
Yeah.
You know,
she earned that though.
Yeah, she definitely.
Yeah, she's earned it.
But, I mean, it's pork, sweets, all like nigga, like you know, can't tell her about none of that. Like nigga, I was raised off this. Like I've been eating this my whole life. Tons of sugar in this. Like that's granny. You got it, granny.
Yeah, she got it.
You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah,
so.
man. Yeah, I know. We said it a couple times on here, man. But health is definitely wealth, man.
For sure.
And after the attack I had yesterday, man, I'm really like.
So what can you do about that though, Trav? Like, is there anything like? Do you just gotta wait it out, or
so it's like you can prevent it by doing the right stuff beforehand. But when you get the attack, nigga, ain't nothing you can do to solve that pain. You gotta wait it out, and it's 1 to 5 hours, and all of mine is like 5 hours, nigga. Like when I tell y'all niggas, pause. When I tell y'all niggas, I was just laying on the floor naked, nigga. Like I don't want nothing touching me, bro.
You didn't care about that he said pause 3 times?
At all.
Like, nigga, I was in so much pain, like crawling, nigga. Like,
why my nigga laying on the floor?
Cause, bro, it's like you got shot, but you not bleeding, nigga. Like that's how I feel.
Dre over there, like, what's happening right now?
Got naked with a gallbladder.
I'm telling you, that pain
Hey,
is.
see how your friends do you? They gonna laugh at your pain. Nigga, that shit crazy.
I'm over here preaching about my pain. Niggas over here like, why you get Cause Reese, you be hurt, bro. Like
I believe I'm listening. I'm taking your word for it, man. Again, like I said, knock on wood. Like if I can find some at some point,
you just gotta let that shit and that shit take for hours, nigga. Like I ain't started feeling better till I actually I was like, all right, cool, like it's gone now. Like that shit take like 5 hours, but we here, man.
We here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of What We Talking About podcast. I am CEO, the veteran, perfect motherfucking attendance
Here, allegedly.
A quarter of.
Yeah.
Quite a few things.
Yeah.
A quarter of
the rollout boys.
Roll out.
My rollout was crazy this week. I mean,
Not
I
to
hold you.
ever be confused with toxic boys.
Toxic.
And ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least,
It's not last.
It's not last.
It's not
we
last.
got a new AKA.
It's new AKA.
I am a member of the Ohio fucking Daddies.
Hey, real quick.
What's
up?
goody? You gotta say that.
What's goody?
You jealous that Christian got braids and you can't get braids?
Extremely. I threatened to cut him off yesterday when he got him. Like,
You tight?
Look how long my son's hair is over there.
You tight?
I'm really upset with that one, Drake. His hair is, in another year, it's probably gonna be to the middle of his back. Like,
You tight?
and he got that good shit anyway. I'm super tight.
Yeah, my got good hair. Yeah. So your new AK is you're one half of.
What's up?
Yeah.
What?
The Major League Music guys, because me and Reese been dominating on the playlist for weeks. So he's one half of the Major League Music guys.
I'm great. I don't give a fuck.
No, hell no, Dez. We ain't doing that.
We done made niggas like
No. He didn't make me. He didn't make me. Fuck it. If we go, fuck it.
Let's have some
Take the
real
gloves off.
Let's go.
He took my heart out the game, man.
Let's talk about it, Dez. How the Travis come out of the game?
We gotta get him.
Took my heart out the game, man.
But
my nigga Trav, man, he didn't.
I won last week.
Wanted smoke with me and shit, bro. He didn't attack me
we have been
verbally.
Yeah, we have.
No, I don't say y'all kicking ass.
Yeah, we can kick ass.
We have.
Look, but first of all, hold on. Let's really talk about it, Trav. Let's really fucking, because I didn't want to do this, but god damn it, I'm here. Reese lined us up, right? So like this time out.
He still looks.
Reese was waiting for this.
Yeah.
This is no different than me having the down south, right?
Yeah, man.
Like this nigga. Trav, he already knew it. Like because you were here for that show.
Blaze took the first one. Did you forget what record Blaze was like?
But you were ready for this.
You had a list already.
You probably had 10 songs ready.
But I got so ready for everything. I do. Y'all can say any topic right now. Hey, listen, I don't want to show y'all my notes, but I'll show y'all.
Backwards, nigga.
So, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie. My heart wasn't into this list. I'm not making no excuses. I lost. My heart went into this list because it's like, you don't know what Trav you're gonna get.
You came in last, though. Did you?
I came in last.
You came in last?
I came in last.
Yeah, Trav got a couple first place votes.
It was like one or two.
Yeah, one or two.
No, I had more than that.
No, it was 1 or 2.
So
I always got first place.
Oh yeah, we
on record. Let's go.
Hey, Yola.
Quality controls. We always give them the first place. QC, whoever that is. Shout out to her.
I'm always gonna have first.
QC is gonna definitely throw that out there.
So like, what we doing? What we doing with the list? Are we
going West Coast?
Yeah. So this is my thing with the list. Are we trying to win, or are we just doing joints?
So fuck it. Let's talk about the list because listen. I want to know what was the train of thought when you submitted Biggie and Two.
I don't know. I was just like,
when I seen that, I'm like, what we doing? Like,
I just wanted to get it. I really because it's just like, bro.
But niggas didn't kill it. Like, I'm like, nobody
said a word.
I got bicker in my DM about my records. I'm like, did y'all see the records? No,
but that was the only record that was questionable.
Niggas came at my neck about the murderers, and they came at my neck about One for Petey.
But those are that's a
crew cut.
That's a crew cut to me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A posse cut to me. What?
I think both of them. Like I put the restriction on it because I wanted to try to have some uniformity to it. Like versus everybody going to get the ban from TV or the blackouts. I wanted it to be a crew.
But the list still came out fire.
It still came out fire. I ain't mad at it. But I'm just saying like
niggas
came at my neck,
man.
No. So it's so funny that you hold on. Nah, fuck this, because the nigga just said, "What are we doing with this?" No, Reese. Hold on, Reese.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, thank you, but niggas are saying it from real to spin. Hey, look what the fuck he put on there, bro.
Yes. The nigga just said
the music guy.
He said, "What are we doing with the list? Are we just picking songs for the people, or are we picking them for ourselves?" You literally admitted that you chose. We all in the same game. For the people, and you don't like the song at all. You literally admitted that in the chat.
I'm gonna be honest, Trav. You're the king of pandering on the
show. He admitted it, so I just picked it for the people.
I picked it because it's a posse cut that is like
you don't like it though, Trav.
A true posse cut though.
And that's been my beef with Trav. Since the list started. It's never the record.
It's true posse cut.
Trav, you an East Coast nigga. That's where the posse cuts were created.
I put the record on that I don't like.
I'm not putting the record on I don't like.
It was better
and I learned early when I be trying to cream, it works. And then when I stick to my guns, it works.
Cream?
No, I'm saying if you would have
chosen.
Cream
is a Wu-Tang song. That's not like.
So you don't think Trav is a posse cut?
No, that's a Wu-Tang record. Like, there's nobody outside of Wu-Tang on that record.
Hey, talk about it.
Well, I labeled the list.
But he started the list by saying you can only use those type of songs.
That's what I'm saying.
He initially went like that. So I was like, I feel like that was.
That's why my list was like that. One for Petey with the whole Rockefeller, the murderers. Like that's why my list was like that.
No bicker. And also too, I didn't really put in a lot of I just submitted songs real quick. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Nah, nigga. What I tell you, Des?
I already knew niggas was going front on that.
I told Des, but honestly, I said Des.
It's a banger.
A fucking
It's a
banger.
fucking banger.
I was surprised to see it on the posse cut list.
She got me caught up in the moment. She got me caught up in the moment.
Trey was the only one that didn't like it. I think everybody else liked
It's a
it.
banger.
It's fire.
I was just super surprised, Des, that your list didn't get more bicker. I was really surprised. I'm like, I can't believe it. But niggas came to my list. Your list wasn't bad at all. Like,
I mean, none of us create.
but the world is filled. That was wild.
That's a posse cut to me. Because this nigga outside. This nigga's outside. That's more of a posse cut than the fucking Triad.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is. That's a posse is Wu-Tang Clan is a
No,
posse.
a posse cut to me. Band for TV is a posse cut.
Band for TV is
You got
Let me ask you,
That's why all in the same game was a posse cut because it was a whole bunch of.
That's a posse cut to
the West
me.
Coast self-destruction.
Self-destruction. That's a
That's not
posse
a posse
cut.
cut.
Self-destruction is a posse cut.
And they argued that.
Self-destruction is a posse
It's a
cut.
posse cut.
Now I'll give y'all Blackout being a posse
The
cut.
symphony. That's a posse cut.
And it wasn't on streaming where I would put it
I just
on
look at the
there.
definition of posse. And the definition of posse is not really relevant, but it says a body of men typically armed, summoned by a sheriff to enforce the law.
They're giving the West or
A group of friends or associates is the slang definition.
yeah. And Cameron is not an associate of Big Pun. He's not necessarily an associate of the Lots. Like, I'm just talking on Band from TV. You know, now Nori, I guess that would be the link, Nori. But them niggas like,
But Man from TV is a posse cut to me.
That's a posse cut, bro.
and John Blaze, I love John Blaze. You used that, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Or was that you? That
Yeah.
That's a posse
I don't-
cut.
That's a posse cut.
See,
That's a posse. Anybody outside of a crew
I want
with multiple
so,
rappers is a posse.
I'm gonna be honest. I knew
the
niggas.
posse cut two different things
To me.
I knew niggas was going front, but I wanted to do the Beat Nuts and
I love it. We off the books this
this
year.
shit. Making
Uncle
that
Pun.
money off the hook.
See, I look at that as I thought
That's a
that
posse
was
cut.
It's a posse cut.
So all my records
That's
was
a feature to me. That's not a
What-
posse cut.
Why is that?
See,
Because
the
the Beat Nuts,
black
Human Wing.
But I thought that was all part of their crew though. Like that, the Beat Nuts was kind
Nah,
of
Beat Nuts is
affiliates.
definitely not Terry's at
No,
all.
I'm saying they was affiliates of Pun, right?
Not really.
Not really. Not really.
Okay.
So y'all think that all my songs was posse cuts because I never had none of my songs that had just the same label.
I
We
don't
can
know
go
what
down
you
to the list.
Well, you need to know what I had so you can study me, my nigga. So you get back to the top of this mountain.
Let's let's pull up the tracks.
So we do this shit for victories. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point,
Niggas definitely was bragging right.
yeah.
I mean, like, listen, initially didn't start like that, but y'all niggas brought that energy. You was a part of that, Trav. Niggas brought that energy early, so I was
No.
like, all right.
So Paul is not a posse cut, is it?
What you mean?
Because it's all good music.
Jay's on there, and RZA, and Swiss.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, posse cut.
And with Trav and Dez's definition, I think.
Right. See, that's why I called it crew posse cuts because I kind of give those.
All
All right, man. It's cool.
Yeah, it's
No bicker.
No bicker.
No bicker.
With that said, so I mean, we don't really have to go over the record here. Let's go back to that real quick. Hey, Charles, your thoughts on that?
Nigga, that's not a posse or crew or none of that. That is a feature.
Dope ass feature. You know what I mean? I'm like, who's the posse? Right? We count Puff? Puff and shit.
He trying to fuck for sure.
Big road.
When you put the link in the chat, you know what I mean? I'm like, hold on. Dog. That's what the first time I said, this gotta be a mistake. Like, like I'm thinking that, I'm like, Blaze will mess up Dez's
Nigga
like,
nerd.
He's like,
Hey, Trav was trying to make a switch though. I thought that would have been a good pickup. I forget who it was you was trying to switch in.
Look, I wanted the sympathy so bad, but
why don't you go with the No Limit Symphony?
what?
Yeah. See, Murder, Snoop, Mystical.
Hold on, Trav. Who'd you want to sub in?
No,
But I guess that would have been a crew cut though, because they was all No Limit. So that would have been a posse cut, right?
It's a posse cut to me. You got more than
Y'all
32.
niggas be moving because I'm looking at
What's up? Speak on it.
Speak on it.
so you Y'all bring in. Hold up. What did y'all bring Bicker to Trav about? So you trying to say? Hold up. So John Blaze isn't a posse cut. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
No, we're not saying that at all.
I didn't say that. No.
I thought.
You and Travis just saying
Y'all
that,
say that that's the only
Triumph is not a posse cut.
right.
Triumph is not a posse cut.
So Trav, so there's what made, Capadonna's not part of the Woo.
What?
He's not.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, Trav, man, what we doing? Trav, what we doing? Capadonna's in the Woo.
Capadonna's in the Woo.
Yes, absolutely.
He's an official.
Yes, he was locked up when the first album came out. Nigga, that's the only reason why he wasn't on the first album.
Capadonna is a Wu-Tang member.
He's a Wu-Tang member.
Only nigga that ain't got a project, right?
He do got
He
some
do got a
albums.
project.
Yeah.
I think this shit went cool too.
What's it called? Slang, something.
Oh yeah, he was because he used a lot of outside producers. He didn't use RZA a lot. Okay, you right.
Yeah, he definitely.
You act like this. You act like Capadonna's Sons of Man or something like that. Bro.
Yeah, they definitely not that.
He's not Killer Army. He is a Wu-Tang member.
Master Killer level. He on that level.
No. Yeah, no. It's a reason why he was all over Daytona 500.
Fact.
He got to stand out verses a lot. He got animated verses a lot. Like I love Cap. You know, I always have. Like,
Cappuccino.
Ever since he was doing that dance and ice cream right before his birthday. Shout out to Cap, man.
Cap.
So since the playlist is back, y'all said I lined Joe up.
Ice cream is what you try to sub in, Trav.
So he wanted to go a Wu-Tang cut?
Yeah.
But he had a problem with Triumph.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, he said that in the chat though, in what we talking about chat. That's not. He didn't send it to me personally.
Oh, okay.
He said if we subbing, then I want to use ice cream.
Yeah.
Should have.
I like all in the same game.
You literally said in the chat that you didn't like it. You said it's not my favorite song. You said I was going.
It's not my favorite song, but
I ain't even a quick play on that.
I never heard it.
Well, y'all niggas is young, so I get it, man.
Hey, immediately
they went outside, so I get it.
QC jumped in the chat like because Trav threw all in the gang and that he got it this
And
week.
I was like, that's what I was.
That might have been the first comment, right?
First, that's when I knew the fight was fixed.
I said, I noticed how this is going this week.
That's when I knew the fight was fixed.
Then them blazes start rolling in. I was like, all right, we good. Everything's back to normal.
Can we admit the Trav effect? I got the people involved.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What's the trap effect? First, give me your definition of the trap effect.
All I do is just tell people to listen and make a comment. Whether they pick you, me, Dez, whatever.
Quick question.
I think we all should do that.
You don't do that weekly?
No.
Why not? What would be the reason?
Don't let him walk you into that cave.
What would be the reason not to?
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
That's a fair question, right?
That's a fair question.
Because y'all say I be pandering.
No.
That's why.
Nope.
That's why.
Nope.
Yeah.
Tap in, Des.
Des, tap in.
I didn't want to do this because we at peace. We in harmony.
The show was on fire when there's bicker with the playlist.
It is, but then it caused turmoil within the family, and the energy goes off when we do that. I don't like it.
So back to your engagement, the travel effect, as you called it, and salute to it. You know, I appreciate it.
It gets the people involved.
But my question still remains as to why it wouldn't be on a weekly thing. So what was the reason for that?
It is on a weekly, well, almost, and then one week I just didn't do it, and then we didn't have that many comments.
So let me
Please.
all right. So the first thing is that I like how Trav tried to change the narrative a little bit. The issue that we had with you was not the fact that you were getting engagement. Why would we ever have a problem with you getting engagement to our posts and our platform?
Y'all said I was having. I was pandering.
Dom came to you and said that I Know Jones record was fire. That's the reason why I think you won. You said you should comment that. Knowing good and well that I picked the Dino Jones song. That's the reason why we had a problem with you and reported your ass to the NCAA. That's the reason why, Trav.
But also too, it's all in clean fun.
Yeah, Joe.
It makes it's nothing personal. Like, listen, first of all, you know who you're dealing with. First, these two niggas right here. These niggas argue over fantasy football. These niggas ready to go to blows with niggas over fantasy football.
We argued about Steph Curry and Z
Wade
and
but this guy right here, he has a problem with everything. He thinks everything is cap. He thinks everything's a lie. So it's just like, so you know Reese gonna have a comment about everything. So originally, I feel like I went down this road again. I'll say it again. When I first brought the list to the table, it was just something that I wanted. I felt like we should do since we always talk music.
Great idea.
We always have our little round table amongst ourselves and say you wasn't outside for this. So I said let's do a list with it. The people kind of changed into a competition, which was cool. It made it wasn't intended for that, but I liked it because we was getting engagement and it brought the competitive spirit out of us, right? So it's all good. But then shit just started going left. Niggas started getting mad and shit, really taking this shit personal. And that's when I was like, that's when I checked. I'm like, I can't do that.
It's the people though.
I can't do that, bro. I can't do that.
You know my favorite part is when y'all talk shit to me about the list. It's my favorite part. I like when y'all be like, your list is trash this week. I'm like, all right,
Reese is gonna always hate. Like that is what he do.
We gonna see.
He's gonna always hate. Reese is gonna always hate. So and I be ready for it.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, but it's all good. But like I said, I just once it start becoming like really a thing, I'm like, bro, I'd rather just not even do. If it's gonna be like this, I'd rather just not.
But not only do they engage with the playlist, they also can't wait to hear us talk shit to each other about it on the show.
That's why it's gold. That's why I'm saying like we have to make sure.
So to the fans, I'm sorry that I cheated y'all last week with the list. I really did. Y'all heard me. I didn't want to do it. I do not want to do it. I don't want to do it. Reese was like, no, fuck that. We got to bring the list back. I was just like,
Reese is fed up.
Yeah. And I felt it, but I was just like, I don't want no problems, bro. Like, I don't want no problems. And it backfired on me. So I got to get back on my shit because I'm not about to be getting
back on my
I see what the list, the potential of the list of what it can do once we get outside and do a live show.
Bro, listen, I've already, and that's funny. We should
do it at the next live show.
We're going to talk about it because I just got approached about niggas wanting us to do an event because of what we've been doing with the list. Yeah. So we'll
imagine if we did the list live.
Hey, that's the verses right there. You know,
it's our playlist live.
And music, again, is such a passionate thing that so many people are passionate about. And that's why it invokes people. Yeah, a lot of people don't, like, to no fault of theirs. And we're not trying to, we're not isolating it to niggas that only know music. Like, it's to introduce niggas to something that they may have never heard of. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm sure every week when we do these lists, we got listeners or people that's looking at it like, oh, shit, what's this? You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's the dope thing about it. And that's why I don't want it to go anywhere. And that's why I want us to stay as passionate as we were about it, from the beginning. Now, again, it has morphed into something else. It is a competition that we just have to embrace that.
I'm in it to win.
Yeah, I'm trying to win it every week.
I'm a Major League Music guy. I'm always in the top 2.
I'm trying to win it. But my integrity is going to always be there. Like, I'm never going to put a record on there that I don't like. Never. Yeah. I'm never doing that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that I will never cheat the people out of that. Y'all can know that Reese's list, I can only speak for myself, is 100% authentic of records that I truly enjoy. Now whether I win that week or not, that's another discussion. But I'm going to always give you records that I love. With that said, the playlist for this week. Y'all said I lined y'all up with the posse cuts last week.
You did.
Someone please pick.
You already picked the list last week.
No, I want to scrap that.
Okay, because we've been ducking this. It's time for the West. We've been ducking this.
I want to go West Coast, but I want y'all to know, like, I'm going to just throw this on record right now. I know we could have been there West Coast. Like, the Death Row catalog not being there should not have stalled us from doing West Coast.
It really shouldn't.
Because it's so... I'm going to, like... I probably won't use none of that. Because I probably want to just stay away from that because I think that's easy to get that.
But they got...
So it's a big piece of it.
It's the best piece.
But this is my thing though. There's really a lot of records that you can really get into your bag
for sure.
So so it really shouldn't be an issue to where
let's go 6 records or maybe 5. Let's do 5, not 4.
Let's go 5.
Why? Why are you saying this?
Because when you leave something
sounds like you're lining us up.
But see, that's the thing. But that's also the beauty of the list is when you only got 4. It's like, what you gonna do?
Because that 4th one is the tough.
It's the tough. Right. You always be like, I can't believe I'm leaving this record off. But you're leaving it off, one, because you're playing towards the crowd. You know what I mean?
And that's what gets you. And that's what we get.
I gotta throw a bomb in there.
Let's get some behind the scenes.
What's up?
I decided this week that because I get bicker from the honorable.
Oh yeah, you did something. He sent me his records. I know his records. Just so it wasn't no confusion. Oh, look, my guy done checked out. Here, you want to talk about shit? He sent me his records, just so there was no bicker, no confusion at all. So I mean, if you want to do that going forward, I'm all for that.
I said my records because I be feeling like I got it. So here's another thing: like when he picked Triumph, I feel like I can't use no other Wu records. I need to get away from that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, y'all could have because listen.
I feel like
DMX is the king of posse cuts.
He really is.
He really is.
And Jay-Z was in everybody's playlist.
Shout out to Freeze. But there was a lot of records that got left off.
Yeah, again,
but it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I don't know if y'all noticed this now. Triumph was one. I made an exception there. Mm-hmm. I try to stay away from the biggest records. Every time we go to a certain
niggas done started some shit on the list.
It's like I don't want to just throw the obvious on there. You know what I mean? Like I try to stay away from it, but. If we want to just go haymakers and the big shit.
We shouldn't have had a list without niggas that started something.
You right. It's a fact. But I just knew one of y'all niggas was going to do it. I feel like if they give me niggas that started something or Blackout and Triumph, like, because when I hit you, when one you was like, I think you said it was, nah. You said it was already gone, but then you was like, did you want to make changes? But I had Blackout in the cup, and I'm like, I know somebody got it. So I ain't even ask you about it.
And that be killing you. That be killing niggas too, because that be killing me a lot. You be thinking like, oh, I know niggas gonna pick this.
Like I know.
And then you come and you don't even make the list. You be like, oh my god.
So that's y'all's fault because y'all should send it to me anyway. I'll tell you.
But like I told you, what my train of thought is always like, I don't want to have just the obvious. Like I want it to be a slight educational moment.
Okay.
Somewhat, you know what I mean? But fuck it. If the gloves is off and we throw in the big jokers, we can do that. So, again, with that said, where we going this week?
Listen.
And since niggas said I'm lining them up, if we do go West Coast, I'm not submitting my records until Tuesday.
Nah, I need them on.
You need them tomorrow? Okay.
No, Tuesday's fine.
Trav, where do you want to go?
Yeah, Trav,
West Coast, because y'all think my bag is limited. So
see, no, I don't want to go there because you're saying that we.
But Trav, you ain't never picked one yet, so can you pick one?
Yeah,
maybe
West
a real one.
Coast.
That's your pick.
Big W's.
Nah, I don't like that for you, buddy.
You just played a West Coast tour club last week with the We All in the Same Game.
It's a classic West Coast record.
That's not a classic record. Does you think that's a classic record? We all
y'all wasn't even outside '89, nigga.
It's not a classic record.
You have no clue.
I don't think you was outside in '89 either, but
because I went outside when Self Destruction came out, but I know that. You know what I mean? Like
Trav,
All in the Same Game is better than Self Destruction.
I can't even tell you what All in the Same Game sound like right now. Like that's how far removed I am from it. So. We can think on it. Like if niggas ain't ready to fully commit to the West Coast,
I'm with whatever. I'm with whatever, man. I just want to have fun,
fight. So we'll revisit it before we end the show tonight, and we'll find out what we're gonna do with it. With that said, let's get into the intros, man. Like we stopped on my intro.
Yeah, damn, we definitely. Yeah, I was about to say, are we going back to intros after that?
we had a whole topic. We had a whole segment.
Got to let the people know. And maybe somebody new here who don't know who we are. So who else is in the building tonight?
It's your boy Trad Dave, aka
Naked Gallbladder Boy.
Yikes! That shit was painful as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you. Mr. ML Lounge.
Yeah.
I'm here, man. Ready to
bring them out. Shout out to Dane, man. Good seeing you last night.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Dane.
He said he had a question for me about the show, but it has slipped his mind.
Dane is an avid listener.
That's dope, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
I had a couple of people come up to me last night.
That's big, man. I don't think people realize like the effect that it has on us. Like to hear somebody say that they took 2 hours out their day to really listen to you. You know what I mean? Like so that's super dope. Never take nothing like that for granted. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody that's doing that, man. We appreciate it.
For sure.
Who else in the building?
I need the energy from the honorable. I need it, man.
I'm trying to get it there.
Yeah, man. Where we at, man?
Well, yeah, man. You know, There's our names if you don't know me. 10 of your friends
Yeah,
do.
you better believe it.
I love the nigga with a major buzz. I seen it last night. He had the house stacked.
Nah,
He hop on that mic like I'm in the section with the real Southside niggas.
I forgot I did say that. Those my niggas, man. Shout out to MP and them.
Shout out to your nephew. He stopped by and shook up. He's like, "What's up, bro?" I was
Yeah,
like, "What's good,
I
bro?"
seen that
Yeah,
from the
little
club.
Tay, man. My niece and them.
Grinning ear to ear. You saw them things up in there last night. Yeah.
Shout out to Lil Tay and Bree, man. They came through, man.
Yeah.
You know, they was looking like, music a little.
Shout out to Jules being in the club last night too.
Shout out to Jules, man. But local nigga with a major buzz, man. If you don't know me, 10 of your friends do. You know, we in the motherfucking
Nah, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough.
We in the motherfucking building, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go old school with it, man. Like we gotta bring some AKAs back. I'm so tired of y'all niggas with these weak ass intros, man. Let's turn it up, man.
Next week, I got you next week.
All right,
Man.
All right, cool.
I've been real.
It was 80 degrees yesterday.
I've been real.
80 degrees.
A lot of liquor consumption yesterday. Yeah. And of course, we got the superstar engineer, the Kid Blaze,
AKA
in the building.
one half.
AKA one half.
The Major League Music
I
guys.
like that. I like that. Yeah, I mean, that's a fact though. We like the more I look back at the playlist,
We be killing it every week.
Like
I don't know if y'all be killing, but you know, no bigger.
I wouldn't admit it either, Trav. But you know.
No bigger.
With that said, fellas, I want to get to some real talk. Fuck what's going on in the world. Fuck everything. The NBA playoffs. We will cover a lot of this shit.
Fuck them.
We got to get back to some therapeutic shit. We got to get back to
These
being
hoes.
us. We got to get back to letting motherfuckers know how we feel about certain shit. So something came across my timeline over the week, and it kind of hit me because I feel like I've been this guy before, but I've also, you know how sometimes you feel like you're on both sides of the fence. With that being said, the topic was being the guy who's there after she's been through a super bad relationship or a super toxic relationship, super abusive relationship.
The rebound.
The rebound guy, but she's not necessarily ready for your type of energy or for you being the positive influence on her life or the person that she needs at that point in time in her life to be able to recognize that you're a good guy for her.
Rebound. I can get her a couple boards.
Let's discuss that. I want to discuss.
Great topic.
Woo!
Great topic.
I want to discuss us, and again, I ain't gonna say us. I'll speak for myself. I've been that guy. At least I think I have. Like maybe I shouldn't even give myself that much credit.
Man, it's your truth though. Like, what's your truth?
I feel like I have. I feel like I've been that guy. But I'm telling you, like that might be the most hurt or pain that I've experienced trying to deal with a chick that you really want, but she ain't really accepting you coming at her, and you like, bitch, I'm the best nigga for you. Like, I'm
Chill out, Reese.
you know what I mean? But
You got tears coming down the eyes right now.
hey,
Chill out, man.
that's some of the worst hurt I've ever been through in my life. Like,
Can't
real
see
talk.
it coming down my eyes.
bruh, like knowing like
But we gotta make the pod cry.
I'm being this straight up A1 nigga, being good.
Superstar in your life.
You know, I'm being the ideal nigga of what I'm thinking you would want.
I feel like you should. I feel like I'm husband material.
I feel like maybe this is a different topic, but I feel like chicks say what they want, but don't really want that shit.
Speak on the track.
Yeah, let's go there. Like that, we can definitely bunch that in.
I'll come back to that, but finish what you said.
So no, let's speak on that. Like, does anyone have experience of dealing with a young lady?
Yes.
Where you felt like
Both sides.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I might be on the opposite side right now.
All right. All right. So we want to break this down as much as we can. You know, we don't want to incriminate anybody. You know, we'll definitely try not to make it too personal. But like I said, you know, what I just said, Des, is that's been some of the worst hurt in my life trying to appease a chick that's coming out of a fucked up situation. And I think it's been so hurtful to me because of how much I wanted her. And I felt like it was being rejected simply because she wanted a nigga who I deemed a piece of shit. Should I do that? No. You know, I'm not. I'm in
It's
no
the truth, man. Speak
I'm
that
in
shit.
no, but I'm in no space to say what she likes because I've been told, you know, by chicks before, not necessarily about me. Is like I like what I like. You know what I mean? Regardless of what you may think I need or how good you think you are for me, I like what I like. That's a tough pill to swallow.
So here's the thing that you got.
Absolutely.
Here's what you're not understanding. This is my personal opinion.
What's up?
What you're not understanding is that you want something that you shouldn't have. You shouldn't want.
Right.
The same way she wants something that she shouldn't want,
both
you
do
were
the same
committing
thing.
the same offense because if she don't
Absolutely.
see you how you want to be seen, then this shit is a waste of fucking time.
And that's what I'm saying. That's some of the most
But you don't be wanting to hear that
hurtful
Yeah, you don't.
shit ever. You're like,
Because the vibe and the energy, everything seems right. So you're like, yo. And then.
what? So what do you do about that? Do you just remove yourself from that lady? Like, do you?
You have to. You have to. But it's, first of all, this is easier said than done because you
Man.
want what you want.
What?
Like what I'm saying is just some shit theoretically,
Uh-huh.
but in reality, you want what you want, especially if you get a taste of whatever's going on with the shorty, right?
Get a taste.
Yeah, literally and figuratively. Yeah,
Right.
and then you like, man, I feel like I want to stay here for a little while.
Right.
I want to take my shoes off here.
Going nowhere.
There's-
You get confident.
and you know what I mean. So you feeling like I said, I'm in a different type of vibe right now. So
So let me ask you another question in regards to that same scenarios
Yeah.
that we speaking on. Should we as men just come out and just be brutally honest with the lady and let her know, like, hold up, like, nah, like I'm feeling you a completely different way. Like I understand you want this, you desire that, that's what you like, but I'm trying to tell you, I think I should be who you are focused on right now.
You,
Or
you should be
giving
brutally
me-
honest.
You should be giving me this opportunity,
Right.
at least to see if it works or not. Now, if it don't, cool.
right.
But I don't even think you're giving this a full fair shot.
You
know
can
what
be
I mean?
brutally honest, but that's when lead to your heartbreak. Like, because it's gonna be all good for like a week or two, and then you know she gonna like what she like.
Des, what's your thoughts? How you feel?
He don't put the hoodie on.
Shit, man. It's a, you know, like you said, it's definitely a tough pill to swallow. You feel me? You know, it's definitely easier said than done.
For sure.
Like Blaze said. You know, I guess the hardest part about that is like you said, Reese, is like is the putting yourself in the attachment stage. Like once you've already been in it, right? So then it's like you can't just wake up tomorrow and just be like, all right,
I'm off.
like I'm on, yeah, like that,
And
like
it's not that easy.
like you're not gonna be like that with somebody that you actually was fucking with and feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like because if you did that, then it wasn't. Then you was capping the whole time. You feel me? So
And let me throw another caveat into it. You know what I mean? Like that makes the situation that much worse, or 10 times worse. At least that's how I feel about. Say y'all fucking.
Yeah,
Or
no,
you done fucked
I was assuming
a few
that.
times. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like
that's when shit get real
you know what I mean? Like how
rocky.
I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes in a relationship, bro, you can chase that respect for years. You want to have a transparent moment? Everybody knows at this point I'm divorced. I felt like in my marriage, I chased my respect for 2 decades. Literally chasing the respect in every accomplishment that I achieved. I thought that it would earn me more respect, and it
I know
never
all about
did.
that. I know all
We said
about
never
that.
did. So I understand the process of chasing that. I'm looking at myself like I'm a motherfucking lottery ticket.
Right.
I'm the greatest thing that's out here moving right now. Why don't you? That's why I always
you treat me like just bingo. Like you know what I mean? Like anybody can hit this.
no,
weekend.
like right, like no, motherfucker. This is the Mega Millions, motherfucker. Like what's going on?
Right.
And so this topic. That's why I said the topic was so good, and probably morphing into now. I'm probably a person who's so jaded that I don't know if I'm ready for that type of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and see, and with that being said, Blaze, I think that's the problem with on both sides, right? For men and women, it's like when you come into a situation, you don't necessarily know everything that happened before you came into the situation.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So they might briefly talk about it, or they might not talk about it at all.
Right.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. And you might have had your own stuff before you came into the situation. Yeah. So in the back of your mind, you like, okay, I know what I did wrong and I know what I did right in the last one. When I come into this next situation, these are the things that I'm going to try to adjust so I don't fall into that. You feel me?
For sure.
But like you said, if your partner don't view you how you view yourself, this shit ain't gonna work.
God, man, that's my motto. That's my motto for 2020.
It don't matter what you do, how much you try to put on, how much you try to do all this other stuff. If they don't view you like that, then you're gonna always be like Blaze said. You're gonna always be chasing that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I did that shit for years, bro.
So with that said, are y'all saying?
And I seen the tides turn,
right? Because it will turn sometimes.
Yeah.
So are y'all saying? Are y'all suggesting that that's a situation that you should get out of? Like,
yeah, I mean, eventually.
Nigga, for your own sanity, for your own mental
health. Ain't nothing better.
That ain't gonna be helpful.
What if somebody just can't? Like, maybe they're not doing it in a disrespectful way or anything. They just don't. Maybe they don't value the same things that you value, or they don't see it. How do you see it?
Well, this is what I was saying, right? Mm-hmm. If you come to this, if you get to that stage, right? Hopefully you can have some type of conversation, right? And then y'all can kind of decide, all right, what are the next steps? Sometimes you might just have to be a person that's be like, okay, maybe this person needs some space. You know, you feel what I'm saying? Like let this person, fix whatever they gotta fix, because a lot of times it might not even be you as the person. It might just be a whole nother category of shit that they got going on, and then adding you to the equation just adds more stress to their whole overall situation. So, they might just find it easier to detach from all things that they don't necessarily have a responsibility to fix whatever it is that they got to fix. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully y'all can, maybe come back to the table and pick things back up. You feel me?
Hopefully, but I'm going to be honest. A lot of that, I'm going to just give you space. I'm going to let you be. Mm-hmm. That turns into a situationship. And that just turns into fucking. And then it turns into like, I see you when I see you. Or the text will get less. And then.
Well, that's probably the proper trajectory, though, Trav. If you
right. That's what. But I'm just saying, like, I'm going to let that person heal. Then I'm going to come back to them later. Like, that shit never.
The damage has been done, though.
Yeah, that shit don't. I don't know too many people. You hear it once in a while, but I don't know many people like, yeah, I let them go for a couple years and then I came back when they was already healthy. Like,
very rare.
Because being mentally healthy or whatever, everybody say, come to me healthy, like, nigga, that's a daily process. It ain't in 2 years from now, I'm mentally healthy just because I'm in therapy. Like, no, nigga, like, there's still gonna be problems along the way. You know what I'm saying? I got a quick question too. Dealing with PTSD from a past situation really, like, does that really affect a relationship going forward?
I know. I mean, I think we just call it jaded. You know what I mean? But I know for me, personally, I can speak on that. Yeah. The last shit
me
that I went
too,
through,
Reese. Yes, absolutely.
I'm knowing that it has a lingering effect on who I am now. The way I conduct and carry myself around certain people, or the way that I may be guarded. To some things. Just it's not that I wouldn't say I got trust issues, but it's almost like it takes a more. For me, I used to be one of the ones that off rip. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, or I'm trusting any and everything that you're saying off rip. But
until you show me that you can't be trusted.
Yeah, right? What I mean? To where now it's kind of like, the guard is up. What I mean? Like, so I think that would be a form of PTSD for me. What I mean?
Mine's is my PTSD trigger is the control. Mm-hmm. Like somebody just wanting to control every aspect of everything. Mm-hmm. It takes me back to a dark place, and that's when I freak out. And then, then I'll do something stupid because I'm like, like, because it just takes me to a dark place when somebody tries to literally like control. Like I'll be like, I can't let another person control me like I did in the past.
Okay,
like,
that's fair. What, like in that moment, do you recognize that you lashing out, or is it just something that happens and maybe retroactively you can look back on it after it's done?
It's definitely retro. You know, I can look back on it that way. To me, it's falling back into old habits.
Yeah.
Like just terrible habits that I know I shouldn't do, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it a reality to really go into a situation like with a complete clean slate? Like, do you think that's capable? Like, are you capable of not carrying any baggage into something?
No, I think
And I'm the king of saying, like, I'm coming into this. I ain't bringing none of that. Like, I'm trying to unlearn everything that I've learned or what I've been through. But in reality, that's just not realistic.
Yeah, I don't think it's realistic. You know what I mean? And I don't even think it should be an expectation. You know what I mean? Like, because I think you take away from, you know, your authentic self. Like, you know, along the way, like some of the shit that doesn't happen to me has been fucked up, but it's also, you know, gave me more character. You know what I mean? Or it's part of who I am now going forward. Like it may have put me on the defense, or it may have opened up my eyes to some shit. So now, you know, it's almost like playing basketball. You know, it's been many a nights that I got killed. You know what I mean? But I took something from it. You know, okay, I learned how this nigga do this move here. Like I know how to sit on that now. You know what I mean? So you add it to your bag. You know, so I don't like the narrative of, you know, you bringing baggage into a relationship, or you bringing old shit into it and you not letting that go. It's not that you're not letting it go, but it's a part of me now.
Yeah, and because I seen a caption recently of you know, a pretty girl I posted like, "Come to me when you're healthy, when you're mentally healthy."
Yeah, fuck all that. Yeah,
and my first reaction was to say something, but then I realized like you look silly arguing in the comments on IG. So, but. Yeah, definitely thought about shooting that DM. Because it just gave me like, I want to have a deeper conversation. That's super surface to say that.
Yeah.
Like I want to really know how you feel. Like, because like you said, like at this point,
is it somebody that you really rock with? Like I think you should be able to have that conversation.
I wouldn't say I really rock with them, but
somebody who I'm just cordial with.
Yeah, like somebody I'm super cordial with. You know, we don't shoot the shit.
Everybody's mind I don't want to change. You know, but somebody who you feel like, nah, like you selling yourself short with that mentality. Like, you know what I mean? Not to say that I'm right, but I'm just trying to give you a different perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you can use it, cool. If not, you know, it is what it is. But I feel like it's in me to give you what I think is right in regards to this.
Yeah. And then, you know, I had a talk with a friend about me being in therapy. And then it was more so like, are you in therapy for you? Or are you in therapy for like to get better in a relationship? And are you using therapy as a like, you know, and they're in therapy also. Mm-hmm. So it was more so like a lot of people use therapy as a buzzword. Like, I'm in therapy. Oh, he's working on himself. Like, you know, you can go to therapy and not work on yourself and be the...
That's immediately what everybody thinks. Like, that's what I think. I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, oh, he's trying to do some work on themselves.
Yeah, but a motherfucker can go to therapy just to say they go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I talked to my therapist and I'm going to go right back to being a dog-ass nigga or a hoe or whatever it is, like, you know, the next day. And, you know, and my answer to her was like, nah, like, there's a lot of shit that I've been through that I didn't realize was trauma. Mm-hmm. And then there's a lot of shit that we always talk about on the show is like we gotta unlearn. Like, and I think that's super key. It's like a lot of this shit, like we don't even realize that it's trauma. Like we just look at it as a part of our life. Like it is. It's almost like it is what it is. Like you know, a lot of this shit is trauma, but you moving so fast through life. Or you got so many priorities pulling you every way that it's like that shit is kind of minor compared to what's going on over here. So, bro, just kind of pocket the shit. Like, all right, yeah, I went, and I was thinking about this, like, you know what I'm saying? We talked about it in my therapy session was like, nigga, I went from from a marriage, my parents married, to a divorce, to a child within a year and a half, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, that's a lot of trauma for a kid. I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In a year and a half, I went from my parents being married to my parents getting divorced to me having my own child. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that shit is a lot of trauma that we got to get off us. But like you said, like, somebody's just saying, like, come to me healed. Like, that's some bullshit. Like,
that's something I hope that you're attacking too in therapy, because I never heard that perspective from you until just now. Because it's like, damn, okay, so what happens at this, like, you didn't get a chance to be 15, right?
No, I never got a chance to be a teenager, bro.
Right.
Like, I never really got a chance, you know, and you know, I grew up fast, and this, you know, we joked about being outside shit, but it was like, all right, now mama gotta have a life. We always say that shit though, but that shit was serious. Like, she was married for 23 years. Now she divorced, you know what I'm saying? So she want to have a life, you know what I'm saying, that she couldn't have for 23 years. Nigga, that left me with me. You know what I'm saying? My siblings are older, nigga. Like, you know, me and my sister are 6 years apart. She ain't babysitting me, and my older two brothers is out running the streets. Like, I was me. Right. In a new city where I ain't know nobody. Thank God I know how to hoop. I'd have bust Reese ass in the quarterfinal scene back then, but you know.
It's unlikely, but okay.
But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? My whole point of that, my little rant was just coming to somebody already healed. Like, so healing is an everyday process.
So, I mean, I think, you know, we're all in agreement that, you know, that's a fraudulent statement. But what does it look like approaching? Because I think that still ties into the initial statement that I made that got us even started on this topic. So, I mean, if, say we're not coming into a situation all the way healed, but again, you want what you want. And this is going back to a woman or man that may have been coming out of a situation that wasn't the best or it wasn't ideal. But you want that person, you know what I mean? Like, you see potential in them that they may not even see themselves.
For sure.
You shouldn't give up on that, right? Like, I think you should explore it, right? Even if...
No, explore it for sure.
You know what I mean?
Because it's something there. Like, we're not just saying, like Reese, I understood totally when you first came with the topic. It's not... This is somebody who's rocking with you. Right. That you might have correct me if I'm wrong, that you have a potential relationship with. It's just that there's certain little non-negotiables that's in there that's just not, you ain't fucking with.
Ain't clicking.
And so I take it as, I wouldn't just say give up on them right away. Not at all. But I don't foresee it being something that can become healthy.
I feel like the biggest problem is it won't be healthy if there's no real clear lines of communication.
Okay, so that's where I want to let's get there.
I feel like that's the biggest problem in most of the shit that happens in what these, you know, whatever type of relationship you're dealing with, is the communication.
So say you or myself, whoever, we openly communicate that up front. What your intentions are, what you want out of this, what you see in them, you understanding what they just came out of. Have you done your part by addressing that and putting that on the table? Is that enough? Do you think that's?
I mean, it's only gonna work if they're giving you that type of energy back. Right. And I feel like that's the biggest problem. Is when it's not a two-way street. When it's a one-way street, then that's when it's like.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it's almost like what analogy can I use? Like, so say you got a stray animal that's been picked up on the side of the road, an animal that's obviously done been through some beating. He's going to be on the defense to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, good analogy.
It's like,
right,
they snapping at you.
Right, and I'm not saying, like, and that's what I'm saying. You can't force.
Yeah, you can't force it.
You can't force it. But then what becomes the problem is like, all right, how long do you wait for it to come around, if it ever comes around? Because it may not ever come around.
That's the key question.
That's the key.
And that's the biggest problem, because what's going to happen is you're going to start frustrating yourself, and you're going to be frustrated with that person. Mm-hmm. So it's like, but see, that's the question, right? Like, how long do you wait?
That's the thing. Like, I don't think there's no answer to that. Like, because again, like, the work that somebody is going through as an individual, like you may not fully understand or be fully aware of what it is that they're trying to get through.
Okay,
Only thing that you can do at that point is really be supportive, right?
Right.
Like, and you can also try to give a encouraging hand, like, I get it, you struggling here with this, and this is something that's hard for you, but I want to give you some tough love as well to try to get you over this hump.
Yeah, I feel you. Damn. So I feel like this. I feel like I'm gonna give a little bit more leeway when there's effort from the other end. Like somebody who's really feeling like, yo, I know how incredible you are, and I'm not in the right mental space to fully appreciate it, but just know I'm trying to work to fix my shit because I think you're dope. Okay. I'm gonna give a little bit more time to that person because they recognizing it, but they might have been through some traumas that they can't fully emotionally take on what you're trying to present at this moment, but they trying to get there. Like they literally, you are seeing them put almost a physical, emotional effort to getting better. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna rock with them a little bit longer, for sure.
Okay. I think with that, Blaze, just to elaborate a little bit more, if we see effort at anything, you want to support it, right? You want the natural good human being of you will want to support it, especially if you see somebody work, like, you know what I'm saying, with y'all being in the gym. It's like, nigga, yeah, we want to support it. Like, keep going. You looking good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving you a compliment to keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you see a person that you rock with, especially in a relationship era, like putting in that effort and trying to be present, like, yeah, I think you give them a little bit more grace.
I think in this instance, and I think this is just a human trait, like, our hearts tend to trump, our mind. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like I know what I should be doing, but I'm also
you want what you want.
You want what you want, but and you also feel like, and it's the saying of, sometimes I guess you feel like you can save somebody, or you know what I mean, and not necessarily that they need saving, but that's just a trendy saying. But it's almost that's what it is. It's like,
yeah,
I'm trying to save you from yourself and the down spiral that you're going through, but I'm also trying to save you from, what I think is bad for you. Now, that goes back to like, but who am I to determine?
See, in trying to save somebody, what that looks like to me, Reese, is control.
You think so?
That's what it looks like to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where my PTSD kicks in. Like, somebody is trying to tell me the right thing, and I know, but I take it as
that as like, you trying to be controlled.
Yeah, you got to unlearn that.
I know.
Because
if
they're saying something that's actually, you can honestly look at it from a third party perspective and say, like, this is probably the right thing.
Right.
Then you just don't trust anybody to tell you the right thing.
Issues, yeah.
Because if they tell you something that's good, if they're telling you like, hey,
like for example, y'all could say something and it could be, and that other person could say something, right?
Natural.
But y'all say it make complete sense. Like, Trav, you bugging out, like you bugging.
That's natural though.
Right, but if that person in said relationship or whatever, however y'all rock it, say it, I'm like, fuck out of here. Like, you trying to control
that's because you're looking at that relationship like it's almost like a competition. Not necessarily a competition, but Trav, that's normal. It's so crazy that the person who loves you and got your back and is directly tied to your life can't tell you shit. But you'll let somebody who's a third party come from outside of your relationship and say the exact same thing. And you be like, no, why are you? And you will take that shit into account.
You be like, you know what?
Because you're looking at the other person like they trying to get an upper hand on you or some shit like that.
But
I want to speak about competition in relationships, which is crazy.
That goes to speak. So, like, I see this every day on social media, how they say it's crazy how a stranger cheers you on more than
your friends.
Your friends. You know what I mean? So it's just a whole bunch of things I think we battle with. You know what I mean? And it could, be due to a competition, or it's just rooted in so many different upbringings. You know what I mean? That I think it's so much shit that we need to unlearn. But can you truly unlearn it? You know what I mean? If it's something that's like, if it's a a routine thing that's happening daily. Like, how do you go about unlearning something if it's a part of your life?
Like breaking that habit, bro, is so hard. It's like being addicted to cigarettes, just trying to quit cold turkey. Like, yeah, can it be done? Yeah,
it can be done,
but
rough.
It's rough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, that should be weighing heavy, man. When you be trying to figure it out too, like when you be trying to figure it out, and that's the surface. And as a certain age for us, like nigga, we always talk about unlearning shit, right? And we always talk about how hip hop really like, nigga. There's literally about to be a documentary on shit that we're all trying to unlearn. Mm-hmm. That fucking Freaknik doc is gonna bring back so much shit.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna show so much. I mean, because right, you gotta show the dark side with the fun, right? I mean, you can't tell one side of the story, right?
I'm kind of torn with the Freaknik documentary, even though I was, a tad bit too young to actually experience it for myself, but I'm fully aware of it. And we also, here in Columbus, like we damn near had a baby Freaknik with the block party. You know what I mean? So I do have some experience with it. I've been to several, spring breaks, like where a lot of the same type of activities go on. But in regards to the Freaknik documentary that's supposed to be dropping, it's niggas is in an uproar. It don't even come out till 2024. But the media on it right now, like it's A1. Right. Whoever's pulling the strings. But for me, like I look at it as it's a moment. You know what I mean? Like not all moments need to be relived.
Let a moment be a moment. Nigga.
Yeah. Sometimes, like if you wasn't there, you didn't get to experience it. Like you just gotta be like, damn, like, thank God I missed it, or damn, I wish I would have been there.
Yeah.
Whatever side of the fence you land on, cool, that's up to you. But I think this is going to be more hurtful than it is educational, than it is helpful. Because, I mean, only thing you, like, what good, and maybe this is just, an ignorant take on my part, but what good comes from this?
Mm-hmm. Money for JD and...
JD's already good though. If this never comes out, what I mean? Like,
but my thing with it, like, I've never been a Freaknik, but I've seen tons of pictures.
Right.
Mad VCR clips is popping up all on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And what ties into us when we always talk about hip hop and try to learn that shit, like. Bro, it was nothing but niggas like groping and
we come from a barbaric
like that shit. That shit is
it's sick.
It's sick,
and that's what I'm saying.
And I posted that picture, on IG. You know what I'm saying? And my whole point was that like, don't end up like this, nigga. Like, men don't end up like this, where you in the picture and the niggas, everybody holding their ass open. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't end up like this. Like, be careful because I got tons of DMs from women, and all they were saying were, men are disgusting, men are terrible, men are this, men are that. And all I can say is like, man, I agree with you. Like, yeah, they are.
I think it's bad too because it opens up the book for, the women that took part in this to be judged again. You know what I mean? Like they could have, had lack of self-esteem back during that time. Like they could have been young and just living carefree, having fun. So now you're subjected to your kids, your family, a lot
your
of
job,
shit, anybody. You know, what
you
I mean?
can be a fucking judge right now. The niggas is like,
it could be against the code of conduct of your profession. You know what I mean? So now that shit has to be relived of some shit you did when you was young, a teenager. You know what I mean? A young adult.
And we always talk about that with athletes, how they always want to bring up shit from your past. Like, shit that was 20 years ago, but...
I mean, if you can go find that a motherfucker's a racist, you know what I mean, and they was that back then, you know what I mean, cool. But for somebody just, doing something with their own body, like, at the end of the day, it's their choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does Tricky ain't go to the Freaknik?
Oh, yeah. He definitely went.
Yeah, that's his prime years probably.
My cousin Keith and them, they went to that shit.
Good
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
you definitely got pics in my mama's house.
like that. It was a time. You know what I mean? Like, and
It was a time.
the country was different. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, we shouldn't be judged by today's standards of what niggas did
Yesterday.
30, 40 years ago. Like,
Not saying everything that was done was right.
Right,
You
it
know
was
what I mean?
not excusing it.
Yeah, but I mean, things have definitely changed.
Yeah, and I'm seeing the meme flying around just on some Columbus shit. Like, thank God niggas didn't have videotape at Studio 69 or at the Red Zone, or which is true. Like,
Look, some
Major Woody's.
I done did some.
I see you post a Major Woody one.
I done did some wild shit in the red zone. You know what I mean? Like, we all got past, bro. Like,
Yeah, but you don't want videotape of that shit out now.
No, not absolutely not.
You know what I'm
Absolutely
saying?
not. Like, who knows? No. Like, and that's where it should stay with the people that already know.
Yeah, I don't think that Hulu's like a good thing, man.
What benefit, or who does it benefit showing your mom or your dad just on some straight out of control savage activities? Like, what does it benefit?
I don't ever want to see my mom or dad or my siblings in that type of wild ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see that
You
shit.
don't want them subjected to that, to where now you can be judged or you can be ridiculed, you can be tried in some cases. Like what's to say that a motherfucker can't get prosecuted off this shit?
That's what I said. I said statute of limitations up on this shit because...
Is there a statute of limitation on sexual misconduct? Like, it is?
See.
13 years.
How many?
I think it's 10.
16?
10.
See, I'm still worried, bro, because I'm fighting at this. Especially if JD is the producer of it, right? And there's a scene in there, and it looked crazy, and now my whole life is in jeopardy. Not in a bad way, but judgment. Like, nigga, I'm suing. I want.
For the listeners out there, if you want a small piece of what the Freaknik was, YouTube, it probably ain't even on YouTube no more because these was pretty wild too. But go try to find a Luke's Peep Show. Any of those videos. If you got any OGs, older brothers, older sisters, and they may got some VHSs laying around still, or they got access, or if you can get on the dark web somewhere, pull up a Luke's Peep Show. And that will give you a taste of what the Freaknik was. For those not aware, again, like I said, we had the block party here in Columbus, Ohio, which was a baby Freaknik. Like, I've seen a lot of wild shit.
Listen.
And I was a teenager. I was still in high school partaking in this shit.
You would have thought that Reese was 6 years older than me. He came and picked me up for the block party one year. I was like, my big cousin that showed me the life, nigga.
Yeah.
We pulled up in what we said. We was in Keith's truck with the TV screens going crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So my cousin Keith, he was such a gift and a curse. Like, he was a bad influence, but he was also the greatest thing that ever happened to me. He introduced me to hip hop. Him and my brother, you know what I mean? He introduced me to women, you know what I mean? But
that's the house we shot the promo in?
Yeah, but he also did this shit it was premature. Like, I was a kid. Like, I'm not like...
Yeah, you shouldn't have been...
I shouldn't have been at this shit. I shouldn't have been...
You definitely shouldn't have had a truck at fucking block party.
Hey, no, listen, Reese was negotiating so crazy to get this truck. He's like, I'll get your car an oil change. We want to make sure it got all the gas in it that it needs. And he gave us the keys, and we was out. Me, Earn, Juan, in the truck with the screens going crazy.
Teenagers, at block party.
System with 215s in the back.
Looking crazy.
And pulling up on everything. What's good? You know what I mean? Like I said, like, niggas really lived a life that they shouldn't have been exposed to as kids.
Speaking of Luke, real quick, y'all ever seen the Luke Jay-Z interview?
Absolutely, with the old girl sitting there.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, super wild. I just seen footage that just popped up the other day. They tried to say it was Freaknik, but it wasn't. Kanye West was sitting there videotaping somebody. You about to catch?
I don't know. I can't believe you watched the game that long. Giannis out for the game.
Is he?
Yeah, he hurt.
Tyler Hero broke his hand too.
Did he?
What?
Did he?
All this is happening?
Yeah, all this been going on.
Damn.
I just ain't want to.
I'll hit you up. So don't forget, Tuesday. for the thing. Be safe. Yeah, so I mean, and speaking of my cousin, like we probably exposed our kids to some shit that they shouldn't see, but I don't think it was. I know it wasn't to that level.
Keith was just being the big cousin that he was supposed to be.
That's all he was. Yeah.
I mean, we talk about this on the show every year. I feel like it was a rite of passage for us to drive the BMW to prom.
Yeah. He was like, and shout out to my granny that just not just passed away, but my great grandmother, grandmommy. She used to let me bring chicks to the crib. Like,
did she? I didn't get that. I didn't get that privilege.
Prom night, like I had the combo, bring them back to the house, and they was able to spend the night with me. So I done picked you up in the Beamer.
Oh yeah, you was living though. You was out here living crazy.
Listen, grandmommy, I could do no wrong. Like, grandmommy let me in the crib with the chick.
I didn't get that privilege.
I definitely was lying having chicks spend the night with me since I was like 14.
Word?
See, I couldn't have that with my mom.
I couldn't have a chick spend the night with me in my parents' crib right now, and I'm 39.
I couldn't. My mom wasn't going for that.
But
I get over there with grandmommy, Keith, and all them.
That's why I had a kid so young.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. That's something that we probably need to talk about one day. Just the level of exposure. And I think, but now there's really no control now. Because I can shield my son all I want.
Doesn't matter.
As long as he got this, he got the world.
You see the world.
We didn't have it.
Stella said cap today. She 8 years old. She said, that's cap, bro.
Yeah. I feel like it's been in her vocab for the last 2 years.
But it just fucked me up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just after, like, we saw my son and she was like, that's cap, bro. I was looking at her like,
listen, I ain't your friend, I'm your dad.
Yeah, Liv always get her together because she always goes. She'd be like, bro, kids, bro. Liv like, I'm not your bro. But yeah, man, that shit can't protect the kids. Once they got that phone in their hand, the world is theirs.
Another thing that I've seen that came across the timeline, we don't have to stay here too long. It's kind of tied into what we was just talking about. So, the women, they seem to have an issue with men who stare at them and don't follow through on not approaching them. You know what I mean? Like so women, they have not all women. Some women, and this young lady voiced her opinion. I can't find the sound clip, but it was more
why men don't approach them.
Why men don't approach them? Like, you over there staring at me, you giving me the vibe. We smiling at each other, we flirting and shit, but you ain't approaching me. So it's like, then of course, the insults sometimes follow that, like, what is it, nigga gay? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
it'd be all kind of little narratives that they had paint, but again, like, a lot of this shit I can relate to because I've done it before. Like, and sometimes women, you just gotta understand. Like, I just thought you looked good. Like, I ain't had no interest in you. Like, I thought you was cold. Everything that I think cold, I don't necessarily want, and I'm not going to approach. Sometimes I can just admire your beauty. Maybe I'm staring too long. Cool. You know what I mean? But
and sometimes you stare, and sometimes you be scared to approach because one, you don't want to get curved, and two, in today's era, motherfucker pull out their phone and catch you get curved. Now you a joke. You know what I'm saying? And now you mad. Now you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you got to be aware of your surroundings just to holler at somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I try to
that shit can be stressful.
I try to tell women as often as I can. I respect the actual curve, and then I don't even take it as a disrespect. Like, the curve can be done in the correct way, just saying like, oh, no thank you, I'm not interested. You know what I mean? And I can keep it moving.
Yeah.
I can save face. You know what I mean? Even if you get a little spicy with it, cool. Like, because I'm not the type of dude that's going to be like, bitch, what you mean? You know what I mean? Some niggas don't know how to accept the curve. You know what I mean? And I get it, why women would be on the defense a lot, or why they, use some of the defense mechanisms that they do use, because sometimes you're dealing with a nigga who just don't know how to accept.
No.
You know what I mean? But for the most part, like, I'm like, nah. Like, you could tell me like, nah, Reese, I'm cool, or nah, thank you, no thank you, or you can be like, nah, keep it moving.
Yeah, because even like, standing outside the ML Lounge, you catch the walk by, you know what I'm saying? So you just be like, how you doing, ladies? Man, they be mugging the fuck like, nigga,
don't. Did that last night.
Like, don't speak, like, don't. I'm like,
girl walked right by and didn't say a word. Like, like, bitch, I'm sorry. Like, it didn't say nothing but hi.
Yeah.
I just say, excuse me, stop. Like, I'm trying to, like, I don't know, man. I'm just big on manners and motherfuckers being rude. Like, it's so unnecessary. And that make that shit, it make you look so ugly. You know what I mean? Like, because it's not necessary, bro.
Yeah. It was definitely that. It was a lot of that last night. And I get it, like, you know, a million niggas probably try to holler and you tired, but damn, like.
But as a dude, now let's reverse it. Let's get into a different conversation. As a dude, say a chick is being nice to you, or a chick is saying hi, and we talk back, now we're labeled too friendly.
Friendly as fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been called that before. Damn, like that. We might have to call the show that. I've been called that before. But yeah, so I mean, I've definitely been called too friendly. Like, how do y'all feel about being labeled too friendly? Like, what's your thoughts on? Is that shade coming from a chick when she say you too friendly?
Hey, Des, do you get the too friendly when the way you hug and rock motherfuckers?
I ain't did that in a minute.
Stop putting it on my jacket.
Please remove that smell.
Lean with a rock with it.
Living a different type of lifestyle right now, man. So you know.
But is it shade though? Do y'all think that's shade when a chick classify you as too friendly?
I feel like it can be. You know, I feel like you know, a lot of times.
That's why you like me.
I feel like a lot of times it's definitely a little slight when that's being said.
A little jabby jab.
But I think it's levels to it, though. You know what I mean? You feel me? It's levels to the.
Is it a such thing as too friendly though? As a guy,
it is.
What do y'all think that is?
Talk about it.
Like?
It is. I think you got it.
If you're in a relationship,
yeah.
But if I'm single, what the fuck is too friendly?
That's what I'm saying. There's levels to it, because when you're in a relationship, you really gotta. You know, and it's something that I had to learn. It's like, nah. It's like some people you just can't fuck with. You know what I mean? Because of
bad for your situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I get it.
Absolutely. And there's women out there, and there's women out there that will intentionally try to fuck up your situation because they feel some type of way.
With no intentions of having nothing with you.
Yeah.
They just want to.
Yeah, they just don't want to see you happy. Or they don't want to see her happy. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't want to see y'all two together. Like, oh, hell no.
Or they just want a piece.
Nah, sometimes it ain't, you know, that might be.
I thought you were let it go.
That nigga, that third verse.
Straight up, man. You know, it's that's what I'm saying, man. Look. It's a lot of, man, it's an evil world out here.
Speak on it, Desi.
It's a lot of, you know.
Who said that? It's an evil
world. It is, bro. It is. And for real, man, you know, not to go backwards, but I was just thinking about, like, a lot of that, like, for real, COVID changed the world.
Talk about
forever.
Outside, fuck the illness, right? Just everything that came attached with that. And life as we know it will never be the same.
But it's brought that shit in 2019. It ain't been the same.
And I feel like a lot of the mental shit that was around it is just now starting to
for sure
hit the surface.
Now, for real, and financial.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like that, there's so many moving parts to COVID. And now that shit is starting to like hit the fan on different aspects, and I feel like this is the reason why we're running into these different relationship situations and just all these moving parts with just your mental health, period, your mental health and your physical health. So
I wonder what the divorce rate is when COVID hit to now.
Well,
just
sky high.
I'm a part of
this to be with your partner.
Right, I mean, because a lot of people had to learn. Like, a lot of people didn't know
who they was married to,
right?
Or who they was really dealing with.
Or you didn't experience what it's like to be with somebody for an extended period of time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, because you so trained to follow a routine. Like, I'm out the house for, you know, anywhere from 8 to 14 hours a day. You know what I mean? When I get home, I'm dealing with the kids or I'm dealing with house duties. Like, but no, now we are actually stuck.
We work from home.
Hey man, this show, bruh. it's fucking me up. I ain't even gonna lie. This shit came so like left. I wasn't ready for the real talk, but it's so needed, man. It's so needed. I didn't mean to cut you off, but all I was saying is this, man. Like I know we see it all the time in memes and all that type of shit too, but like we gotta be for real, man. Like on some real shit. Really check on your people. Really tap in, especially black men. We gotta really start tapping in, bro. Like, and I'm speaking from my experience, bro. And it's just something that I've been noticing lately too. Like, I be seeing some of my own niggas. I know they going through it, bro. But it's like you don't be wanting to say nothing because it's just like but that's fucked up. It's fucked up because I feel like you need to insert yourself because if something happens, right, then you're gonna be like, damn.
Well, Des, I think, and I agree with you 100%. But sometimes, as a friend, you don't necessarily know your boundaries, or you just don't want to overstep it.
And I'm not saying you got to just jump in and just be like overly aggressive or try to like, oh, no, you know what I'm saying? But like, you got to really just talk.
I know what you're saying. You say this is what's needed because I went through it. This is what's needed. Hey, you good?
Yeah,
that's it. You know what I mean? Like I know you're going through something. I'm just gonna make sure you're straight. That's it.
Because a lot of niggas lie when they say,
you be seeing like you be seeing certain shit.
But you did your job though.
You be seeing certain niggas doing certain shit, and you be like, you low key be like, man, this nigga low key like, he's not being his normal self.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm a walking testimony. I've been through that shit a lot, several times. And niggas be knowing it, bro. And it just be so crazy. People be just knowing, like, when you ain't being you, motherfuckers gonna know. And they gonna pick up on the signs and be like, you feel me? But I know, I'm gonna speak for myself personally. I know a lot of times I just be holding shit in because I don't be wanting to buy because everybody got their own shit going on.
That's the main reason why I hold my problems to myself.
But I really be fucking my own self up with that shit because when you be holding all that shit in, like think about all the shit you got to deal with in the day, right? You got to deal with the world, you got to deal with work. You know what I mean? You getting on social media, you seeing all these images and audio. It's just like it be a lot of moving pieces, bro, and that shit will be compounded.
For sure.
And sometimes you got to just tap it. I know it ain't. I know it's not ideal. I know it's easier said than done. But I definitely feel like niggas really gotta find like safe spaces and really start talking because the longer you hold that shit in, you only gonna fuck yourself up. And then a lot of times what happens is you find yourself spazzing out or getting mad or going off on some shit that ain't really got nothing to do with nothing. But it's just like.
Let me ask you a question in regards to that. But I do agree with what you're saying. So once you come out of that stage, or say you just felt like you was going through some shit and say your inner circle or whatever kind of seen you going through it, but they didn't inquire or they didn't necessarily check, to the level that you think they should. Is that relationship now kind of rocky? Or are you looking at them differently because they didn't?
Because it's just like, I feel like as men, it's just something that we, like, this ain't, I feel like it kind of goes back to the shit we were talking about earlier. It's just like, I don't want to say self-talk, but it's just like, it's a lot of times we don't come from the type of spaces where this is the norm. It's like, it's kind of just the norm to be like, to be quote unquote, be a man. You got to just toughen up and just wear that shit on your, you know what I mean? And fight through it. But also too, another thing I feel like, people fall victim to is like, okay, let's say you come out of whatever you come out of, but I feel like you got to constantly do the work. You feel what I'm saying? Because the job is never over. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's gonna always be some type of hurdle, some type of obstacles. And I feel like what be happening a lot to people is like you might go through a situation, you might seek therapy, whatever, right? You start getting better. Then you start detaching yourself from them things that help you get better. And then what happens is some shit.
Back to the beginning.
You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like you gotta constantly do the work and constantly keep working because every day is a new battle, bro.
And that's what I was saying about therapy. Like Reese, like nigga could say I'm in therapy, but if you ain't applying the rules and
if you're not doing the real work,
nigga, you gotta
wasting your time. You wasting your
build.
time. You wasting your motherfucking time, man.
And I'm me personally, I'm trying to start to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to figure out what the work is, and like one of the tasks right now is forgive my young self from all the bad decisions I made. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is like,
That's deep.
yeah, because like Reese said, like he said, because it'd be like, it is what it is. I can't change the past. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of shit that I did in my past.
And then you be beating yourself up about that shit.
Yeah, and it's not even no criminal shit or
but it's just like you be like, damn, bro, if I would have did this, maybe this would be different. But it's just like,
But your life, Trav, to speak on what you said, the decision that you made you who you are, and all you gotta do is try to focus on, making yourself better every single day. Now, to answer your question directly, Reese, as somebody who went through we've all went through life changes on this podcast, but as somebody who went through every single one of us,
and niggas is still going through.
Yeah, still going through it. As a person who has the most major one, I feel like in the well, maybe not. Maybe, I'm sorry. Yeah, I still got a turn. But to speak on your question, in the moment you may feel away, but once you come out of that moment, me personally, this is me speaking, I never even thought twice about it because y'all can't help me with a situation that y'all don't know about. So half the battle is me coming and saying like, hey, I'm not bugging. This is what's really going on that y'all don't know. Right? You know what I mean? And that's the part that can become tough. So it's a lot of miscommunication that's happening or non-communication that's happening.
And that's also too, I think, to follow up what Dan said, is that it's not that you don't want someone to inquire about it or, to check up on you, but you also, it's like, I'm also the part that I play in it, which is the major part, is like, I'm being tight-lipped. Like, I'm not giving out very many details for you to even approach me to see, like, Reese, how can I help?
Because my thing is like, and not to cut you off, Reese, because my thing is like, bro, when I be looking around, like, most of my friends got kids and shit, bro. I ain't got no kids. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's overrated. I'm not saying no.
Zero recommendation.
What I'm saying is this. So I be feeling like my problems is minor to y'all. Like y'all niggas
you
got
shouldn't feel that way,
shit like that. You know what I mean? Like nigga, I ain't got no kids.
Don't minimize your shit.
Yeah, the fuck that.
I'm just saying that this is how I be looking at it. So I just be like, man,
that's
I ain't
real,
about that. I'm not about to bother niggas. Man, these niggas got kids and got all types of responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like my shit ain't on their spectrum. So
you don't even know, nigga. You have a problem. You can save a nigga life. Like, hey man, let's just go to dinner and chop it up.
Yeah,
you
man,
might be helping that nigga out. Like, bro, I needed to get out this house.
And that's why like
kill one of them.
And that's why, for real, man, like, bro, I'm glad because it's been a minute since we had some real talk, like, had a show like this. And hopefully people listen to this show and share this show and really give us feedback about this show. But, like, this shit really, like, took a lot of weight off my shoulders this year, this shit, bro. Because it's like, nigga, I've been over here, ducking and dodging and trying to fight my little shit. But, I always got to keep a smile on my face because you bring the energy, but it's just like I ain't really been feeling that shit. Like,
that's a heavy burden that you carry though. Like you dead, right? Because to me, I'm Blaze. I'm the positive one. I'm the one who got the answers or whatever the case may be. What happens when I don't have the motherfucking answers?
And bro, and I feel you. And so I know, just on my end, I just know like when you was going through what you was going through, like with your divorce, it was just like, nigga, when I first heard, I was like, Blaze, like, what the fuck?
But niggas might have thought I was bugging when I showed up to a certain venue, right? Not knowing because I don't talk. I'm not communicating.
Oh, nigga, you fucked everybody up.
No, you fucked everybody up that day.
Imagine me, someone that loves your wife.
Right? Like we all got to know. So it was just like,
that shit was all at once. I'm like,
listen, bro. Me and Reese definitely had a meeting that day. We pulled it. We was like. He was like, I don't know what the fuck. I was like, I don't know.
But y'all don't. But see, that's the problem, right? So because I didn't come to y'all and say, I'm going through this.
But I knew it had to be. I'm like, this is not Blaze behavior.
Yeah,
like, bro, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'm looking at y'all like, I need y'all to trust me that I'll make good decisions.
And that very moment, Blaze, I was like, bro,
I don't know about this.
We're about to have to blow this whole podcast. Niggas is losing their goddamn minds right now. But,
I was suffering in silence. You know what I mean? Like that's what was going on.
And that's the thing.
And that's heavy though.
That's what black men do.
Because everybody don't win that battle. And that's one thing to say with that. Everybody don't win that suffering in silence battle.
But a lot of people just see, oh no, niggas on the outside look like you still doing good. Like I'm fucked up.
No.
I'm crying out. I can mask
Reese,
it. Incredible.
I financially was on top of the world.
Mm-hmm.
On top of the world. Money was no longer an option.
Yeah.
It was, money ain't shit. And still, that the thing is, like, you buy this house or whatever, you think that shit is going to fix things. And it's very foolish.
Money don't fix shit.
It doesn't fix a motherfucking thing. And
it helps, but it don't fix.
It don't fix nothing. So that's what I was, and I was suffering in silence. And then when y'all see me, y'all thought I was acting out, but in reality, I've been dealing with blah 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 for 5 years. Y'all, but that's not y'all's fault. It's not. I wasn't mad at y'all ever. I'm like, y'all don't know what I've been going through.
Word.
Look, so it's funny how you say like there's what you said, like people fight that in silence, and sometimes they don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had posted like a couple throwback pictures the other day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And the nigga Holly hit me in the DMs like, damn nigga, you done went bald and gained 62 pounds. And I was like, yeah, nigga, because life been kicking my ass, but you wouldn't know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not on the ground. Like Reese said, you only put your wins on the ground. I'm not putting the shit that I actually go through. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's that suffering in silence shit where motherfuckers just don't know. But then when then we got to speaking and I got to break some shit down to him, and then he was like, damn, I didn't know. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah nigga.
Real talk, man. But that's why, long story less long, man, I think it's extremely important, man. You gotta have some type of support group. I don't give a fuck if it's one person. You got to, bro, because that suffering in silence shit, bro, that shit is scary. That shit
lead to suicide. I'm gonna be honest.
Because when you add that on top of everything else that's going on in the world, bro, like some niggas don't never see the light. They feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, bro.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? So,
and shout out to you definitely. I had an inner circle. My homegirl Venus, y'all know Jennifer, and my homegirl Terry Lynn. They were somebody who I really leaned on. During this process.
Shout out to Sarah and Dime. Yeah. I still lean on them to this day.
It was real good seeing them last night.
Like Sarah and Dime,
Sarah, you looking good too.
What up, Slim Thug?
I love them to death.
Yeah, for life.
Like they don't even understand half the shit. You know what I'm saying, that they helped me with in the past and what they helped me with currently. Like, real talk.
Dime might have been drunk last night.
She wasn't drunk.
She challenged me to a cook-off.
Yeah, she wasn't drunk.
She done bumped your head.
Like, she wasn't drunk.
I understand. You can plate some shit real nice.
Man.
She good.
So big shout out to them, man. But I feel like, I feel like as men, we still need some type of men.
Yeah, we do.
Support too.
We do.
You feel what I'm saying? Because there's going to be certain things that they just can't understand. Not saying they can't comprehend it, but they're women.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So you still need that. Sometimes you gotta because some shit is like you can't even go to them. You might be able, I can go to them about it because they listen, and I fuck with them because they're gonna keep it real. Mm-hmm. They're gonna let me know if I'm bugging or not. But sometimes you need that man's perspective on shit.
We got to get to the bottom of what's the reason why we don't, though, confide in one another. Because
I know a reason why I don't confide in niggas. Not saying y'all or
just in general.
In general, because I have confided in niggas and niggas use that shit against me. You know what I'm saying? Where niggas
go back to the trauma.
I think for me,
so it's just like
because sometimes I think like when it comes down to my issues, like it may be something financially going on at that point in time where it's like. You don't want to put that burden on nobody else. Like I just got to see it through. You know what I mean? I'll figure out like
facts.
Financially is hard because you're a man. Go out there and get it.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I hate niggas to see. I seeing niggas like that. I work through mine and got mine. Like
it's just something different. Like it's like all right. If you going through a struggle, like granted, it was so tough for you to tell somebody. They may be going through it as well. So now you asking them to help you out of your struggle, which may put them in the struggle or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think finances is just something that us as men, you stay away from because it's just like that's just something you just got to figure out on your own. You know,
very sensitive conversation too.
Yeah,
very sensitive conversation.
And Blaze is right. Like money doesn't fix the issue, but I'm gonna keep it like money help.
Oh, absolutely.
It helps like a motherfucker, but it don't fix.
It's a damn good down payment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it don't fix completely.
It ain't turning it down.
No, you're definitely going to get the back some kind of way, but it don't fix everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's all I had tonight, fellas. Like, again, like I just wanted us to get some talking out of us. You know what I mean?
This is needed,
just
man.
The surface shit that we do. Like, I understand we got listeners and things, a crowd that we tend to.
They love this part though. That's the part we don't value.
And we've been lacking. We ain't did this in a minute, man.
Yeah,
Inspire happiness. Man.
And it's crazy because I mean, there's like you said, it's not something that I knew. You know what I mean? It was something like the same way it's been weighing on you. It was weighing on me. Like we just need to talk.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we need to
talk,
have some
bro.
honest conversation and just speak on whatever. You know what I mean? Just get a weight lifted up off of us. You know, even if it's.
Even if it's for a day, man.
You know what I mean? Just for a day.
Even if it's for a day, like, you know what I'm saying? If you can be like, yo, let's go to dinner, nigga, and like, you know, I got your meal, like, so a nigga don't have to worry about that. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I gotta eat noodles this week. Like, nigga, nah, let's go, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the situation is, man, it's definitely needed.
Always.
It's definitely.
Yeah, man. And
and there's groups out there and shit, but like, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure your circle tight, man.
Shout out to my brother Ern. Beautiful blessing coming into this world. Next week we're going to celebrate.
Absolutely.
You know, I'll speak more on that next week at the appropriate time. But shout out to my brother Walt, my brother Terry. You know, just all my niggas, man. Like, it was good seeing people last night. You know what I mean? We ran into Ruggs last night. It's always
shout out to
Ruggs.
You know what I mean? And his words of encouragement, you know what I mean?
He's super hyped about
it's just,
podcast.
you know what I mean? You shouldn't take for granted, you know, just the smallest thing of how it can have an effect on your mood or your outlook, you know, running into somebody or even somebody giving you words of encouragement. You know what I mean? Like, you can be going through some of the worst silent battles of your life.
Word.
You know what I mean? And just somebody lifting you up or being positive can do miraculous things for you. So
I got one of our, like I said, one of our listeners, and he said that he listened to Needle to the Groove, man. Like, I was telling him, like, man, sometimes I feel like I'm doing this shit in vain. He was like, hell no. He's like, nigga, I love that shit. I love, you know what I'm saying? It was just dope to hear.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? From somebody outside of the DJ community, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, damn, like, niggas, like, one, you know, we don't do that shit to be famous, but, you know, I love to get the feedback.
Yeah, you want to get the feedback. You want to make sure that what you're doing is making a difference or it matters, right?
Yeah.
I got another beef with y'all real quick. We can wrap the show up, but I was thinking about this again last night. I'm tired of y'all niggas, bro. Like, y'all niggas ain't none of my niggas getting married. None. I ain't talking about just y'all. When we was at the party last night, I was like, none of my niggas is getting married.
I'm going to get married one day.
Well, I need you to hurry up, bro.
Gotta find the right freak.
Oh, man. Well, I'm going to reel this, so you know. I'm just going to let you know this is going to make it real.
That's why I don't do it.
You sure?
Take that back.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. Don't worry, I'll cut it up.
I'm definitely getting married. Come on, man. Loverboy Day. You
No,
know?
Des, you're my greatest.
It's got, you know what I mean?
But
Hey.
Cam and Dre, they trash. And Reese is trash.
It'll be 1, 2, 3 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why you shocked when somebody says that?
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Let's talk about it.
Honest, real quick, and we can get up out of here. But I think I'm the most chilled out of all of us.
No.
I think I
No, we're not talking about being the most chill. We're talking about somebody who's gonna be in a relationship and get married.
But no, I'm saying like I think I'm moving.
You definitely not more chilly than Dez.
I am. I think so.
Hey,
Jack is muffin,
we got to listen to
I be on that couch slobbering more than I do anything. Like
Y'all don't be seeing me outside. You be outside way more than me.
Reese, I be in this crib by myself.
Say,
Reese,
I don't be outside.
You've been outside these last couple weeks. You've been outside.
With y'all?
No, not dog.
Hey, how you doing?
Where have I been?
I ain't seen you, my nigga. So I don't know who you talking about.
You and Blazers just said Esco like 2 weeks ago. 2-3 weeks ago.
It was, but that was.
We pulled up for Ash.
You was outside no matter what you was.
Y'all was supposed to be there.
Right. We went on behalf of.
They're still at work.
What are you talking about?
You right. You've been outside, though, Reach. You might not have been on prime time.
You was at CJ's right after that too.
Who was with me?
Yes. Hey, you play before we talk about a lot of shit.
On behalf of,
Hey, I got to show face for the crew.
but you was there waiting for you. You was in there
20 minutes before you.
You was in there his whole play. Hey, look, you know if it was good. He was dancing
And you know he was having a good time. This nigga was in the audio of the DJ.
Niggas had to hear it.
Trash.
Great.
He was holding the phone in one hand. He had a fork and a knife in the other hand.
And going crazy. Looking like chopsticks.
He was eating and recording at the
We got a play-by-play Craig's whole night,
Shout out to
nigga.
Sticks, man. I ran into Sticks in there that night. Dip set.
That nigga Reese was in his element.
Sticks was in there.
All the triple OGs was in there.
That's where they be. Like I ain't know niggas was venturing all the way out there.
And Lewis Center.
Lewis Center.
Like, you can't get drunk and go to Lewis Center.
They was all
Cats
in
won't
there.
even make it back to 270.
No, that's hard. You might as well sleep in your car.
Yeah,
I appreciate the show. Go ahead.
Yeah. We definitely needed this show. Real quick before we do end the show, NBA playoffs is here. Round 1 is currently going on. Yesterday was, I think
Cavs in 5.
When it's playing.
This nigga drunk.
We got any predictions right now? Like I know Blaze is still standing on the Lakers to the finals.
Like you said, finals.
Who you got coming out these?
Boston. And they're gonna beat Boston.
In the East, I got Boston in the East. And out West,
Lakers.
I don't see.
Lakers is Phoenix.
I'm gonna say Phoenix or Denver.
I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it out there. I got Phoenix, Philly, NBA Finals.
I'm going Phoenix and Boston. That would be a good series.
Definitely going Boston on the East. My heart want to go with the Lakers, but I'm gonna say.
Come on over, bro. Come on over.
Say Denver.
Fuck Denver.
Philly can't beat Boston, bro.
Embiid
Not a seven, but
Embiid
in a 7-game series, I got Boston, bro.
I think Embiid is played out of his mind.
But he's gonna have to play out of his mind, like, bro.
It's the playoffs, though.
Tatum is in a different type of.
Who's
bag,
coming
bro.
with him? That's the question.
Tatum is in a different type of bag.
What you ask?
Yeah, I don't want to say it.
Huh?
I don't want to say
I
it.
lost my train of thought.
I said who's coming with him. I ain't want to say it again. So.
Tatum is in a different type of bag, bro.
It's a different type of bag. But I think Philly has enough to.
But I don't feel like.
Between Maxey, Tobias Harris, James Harden.
No, Tobias Harris.
James Harden hit 7 threes
Get
over
the
there.
fuck out my face.
13 assists as well.
I'm not Maxey and Tobias Harris.
Did you say get Maxey?
No, I said get Tobias Harris out my face. Fuck Maxey too, though.
Great value, J. Cole. We getting him out of here.
I'm gonna take it there. I'm sorry, James. I know this James. He ain't gonna be hot, but
Yeah.
But also too, Embiid, his win ain't up. His win ain't up. His win ain't up to go 7.
Embiid is there.
They go have to finish him in 5.
He hungry, bro.
His win ain't up. His stamina ain't up to go against Boston in a 7-game series, bro. Because he's going to have to play.
Got no bigs for him.
No, I mean, look, Embiid is Embiid, right? So they're gonna put Williams on him. They're gonna throw a couple different looks at him, right?
Barbecue chicken.
Yeah, for 30, but then the rest of the team, if they
and
score
that's
30,
what I'm
it's all
saying. That
good.
nigga is streaky, Maxey.
The rest of the team is James Harden.
I don't believe in Philly. I'm not lying.
I don't either. Because James Harden
got a rookie
James
coach,
Harden
man.
and Houston.
Boston got a rookie coach. Like y'all giving a lot to that rookie coach. Like,
Yeah, but they got so much playoff experience from last year, though. I think that's a big deal for them.
True indeed.
Is what's name still over there?
Cool.
Is Big Al Horford still?
Yeah.
Of course. Weak ass.
Oh yeah, see that's what I'm saying. So they're gonna throw Williams and Horford. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like they're gonna be throwing different looks at him. Look, Embiid is gonna get his.
He can get 40 a night.
But if you I can't believe you said Tobias Harris. Like
Nah, I count him as a role player. Like,
he's been robbing the league for a while.
Big stealing. Yeah.
He get a 100 plus.
Yeah, he getting
Big,
I'm
100
I'm
plus.
leaning more to.
They got a max deal. They got a max deal.
That's
140.
crazy. Nuts. But I'm leaning. I'm leaning more on.
Facts.
With no max. Like,
I'm leaning more on Maxie and Harden. Like those two are going to do what they do.
Moment's too big. He hasn't been there before.
Ooh,
Maxie. Eastern
we'll
Conference Finals.
see. We'll see.
Will they meet in the finals or will they
Second
meet
round.
on second round?
Yeah, this Boston Philly going to be second round.
Well, Philly better take care of it. They better get rid of Brooklyn in 4. They better take care of business so they can get some
They
wins.
will. They're going to sweep though. I think that might be the only sweep. Or Boston is probably going to sweep Atlanta.
No, it's gonna be 2 sweeps.
Who else?
New York's sweeping Cleveland. It's over.
No!
Oh! Y'all let us see our first game. Hey, game 2 is pivotal.
It's pivotal for sure.
I do think Cleveland is food. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
But I don't.
Cause bro,
At first I had
Brunson
it
and
going
Randall got
7.
their confidence up. Y'all let us get that first game. We got our
I had
confidence
it
up.
going 7, but right
Y'all
now
like Obi was getting dunks and shit. Like, bro,
Obi played?
yeah, Obi played.
Yeah.
Hey,
And then that Josh Hart get
Yeah,
17,
Brunson
and he had a
players
big
good.
three. He had a big three with like
Hey,
a minute 49.
don't be mad if we up 2-1 next time we have recorded
You
podcast.
crazy. 2-1?
It might be. Well,
Yeah, New York.
I think New York gonna be up 2-1.
No, Cleveland. Let me clarify.
Stephen A. Spike, we going, baby.
Man, fuck
Round
Stephen
2.
A. Fuck Stephen A. And fuck Spike.
No, don't ever disrespect Spike.
Fuck the Garden. We're gonna go crazy in the
hold
Garden.
on. Now I
Hey,
gotta
he's
kill
dropping,
I'm out of here.
Fellas,
he's dropping 60 in the Garden.
Got to
closing.
go.
Is there anything that we need to announce? Anything that we missed? I know we didn't talk no music or nothing tonight, but we'll get back to that next week. So
West Coast playlist.
We going West Coast. No restrictions.
Yeah.
No restrictions, man.
We ain't putting a timestamp on the air.
The Major League Music Boys think they.
No. I said Major League Music Boys at all.
Yes.
Major Music Guys. You know how you say you're a music guy? The real music guys are the Major League Music guys.
I never said I was a music guy. He said I was a music
Music
guy.
guy ain't want a week yet. I'm slim.
Yeah, because I pick records that I know y'all not
We
gonna
all in
pick.
the same game though.
Yeah.
Somebody
Like
somewhere.
me and Jamie talked about, man. And I have to pick records that's the obvious, man. So
Well, we're gonna see.
Or and you also don't pick records that you like. So
Right. We're confused. We don't know what's going on.
I want you to get in your real bag this week, okay?
Please.
Don't pander. Don't pick.
In this bag every week. It's just super hollow. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here.
I'll get all Bob Jane samples on your ass, nigga.
The Kid Blaze,
You don't
Trap
even know who that
Dave,
is.
Des Arnaz.
We out.
We out.
hold on.
I can't believe y'all.